Okay, I'm back, and this is my old load-bearing equipment, or suspenders, or whatever we're going to call it. This is actually old Swedish Army issue, so it's surplus now. This is very old, and mid-1900s actually. Never thought I'd be able to say that. Mid-1900s. Well, what this proves is with a little bit of electrical tape, a little bit of soldering and ingenuity, you can accomplish anything. As you might have seen in my previous installments, I do own some PNW 57 night vision goggles, those that are mounted on a tank helmet. And I needed a way to power them, and guess what? In this pouch right here, if I open it, pull out all this high-tech wiring, we find a small lead battery, 12 volt, 1.2 amp hours, with a very sophisticated light switch on it. And the power from this battery actually goes to this little control unit, which is zip tied to the green leather belt on this load bearing equipment. If we turn the power on here, you can see here I'm gonna just do it like so. This VU meter here. This is a momentary spring-loaded momentary switch, which is kind of a check battery switch. So I know that I have enough juice to run the system. Also in this, let's see now, we have one input then and two outputs, and these two switches here controls the outputs. One of them is, let's see where we have it. Yeah, this little sugar cube connector says NVG on it, night vision goggle, and I've even marked them with negative and positive terminal. This is for the PNW 57, and then that's controlled with this little red button here, and this button here controls the, let me see if I can focus it up, this, which is the IR, handheld IR searchlight that is an accessory to the night vision goggle in question. So this is the light that has this IR filter on it. But if I turn it up, I believe this camera will pick up the infrared light. So if I turn it on, you can see, yeah, camera picks it up quite well actually. So if I'm wearing the night vision goggles and wearing this system, I can actually, on the fly with this, turn on both the night vision and the light source. So kind of a cool system. Yep. On this I also have here, it is the canvas pouch that the searchlight came in. I'm just gonna put everything back in its pouch here, turn it off, this in the bottom, and of course, as it should be with all this homemade stuff, it's a right old mess. Right old piece of entangled spiral net. There we go. All sealed away. except for the night vision here and the IR light. This pouch right now is empty, but we'll see what it will have in it in the future. So I'm just gonna do a little bit like this maybe. As you can see, on that side you have the light case, and on the other side is a 101 ink double mag pouch. And I have some plans for this. I'm planning on getting a handheld radio, like a, what is it called, that Chinese brand that is so popular nowadays, T.B.Photo. Yeah, one of their radios I believe would fit quite well in here. And also on the back side of this suspension system, or whatever we want to call it, on the back side here, you can see you have the waist strap here. Here it goes over the shoulders, the IR light shining over like so when you have it on. But you can see you have two small metal clip loops here. That's actually for the rucksack. The small rucksack that accompanies this set. I'm going to take a small peek at it here. You have these metal clips at the back, and these two clips here. These clips are supposed to go up here, and let's see if I can do this without messing it up. Yep. And finally, just bear with me a moment. See if I can do this. There's one. And there's two. So, there we go. Now this canvas rucksack is firmly attached to this load-bearing vest, and this is my second line gear, so to speak, for Airsoft, with a little bit of flair added to it. Oh, and I did say that I was planning on getting some sort of comm device for it, and keeping with the style of being a little bit, post-apocalyptic, old school, kind of Eastern Bloc style. This is my recently acquired radio headset. When I found this on eBay, the seller said this was a old, let's see if I can. So, it was an old style DDR, that is East German, Deutsche Demokratische Republik style that was used by the East German police. It's kind of odd because this is the type of connector that it utilizes. It has a little bit of a notch right there, and 4, 5, 6, 7. It is a 7-pin connection. Normally these, as I've understood, usually uses a 5 or an 8-pin, but this is the middle ground. This is a 7-pin connector. So I've had a little bit of a hard time to find a adapter that matches this. So I might be forced to do some customizing of it to use with a modern style radio. So it has a coily cable that this part is supposed to go to the radio. This here is the PTT, or push to talk module. You have it here. And on the side here it says SG6941 721 RFT-105. I've tried to Google a little bit of, information about this particular type of PTT device, but so far I haven't really come up with that much. And as for its placement on the load bearing gear, as you can see here, this little clip here, just pull this, and I figure it would live there, with this going in here, and then you have your throat mic, there we go, throat mic, and this is a little bit of an unusual. This is actually the hearing piece. This is actually the hearing piece, and it goes with this strap that goes on top of your head, so this piece of canvas sits on top of your head like a small cap. So yeah, it might look a little bit silly with today's standards, but for an old school radio headset like this, I'm not complaining. I think it kind of looks cool when it's all together. So as I've said before, my Airsoft gear is a piled on mishmash of everything and the kitchen sink about, yeah. So there you go, that's my load bearing equipment for Airsoft. See you all later, take care.